Hey guys, I don't know if you remember this. It was a long, long time ago, but in the 90s, on The Simpsons, there was an episode called, I think it was like Homer the Great or something like that. And the basis of this episode was there was a very old group called the Stonecutters, and it was very exclusive, very prestigious, and obviously was designed to parallel the Freemasons. And Homer wanted to join. He wanted to become a member of the Stonecutters. Now, there's definitely several advantages to being a member, but even though Homer was a likable guy, he wasn't necessarily the kind of person that he didn't quite meet the expectations for membership of being a stonecutter. He didn't quite fit that mold for what they're looking for. But he found a way in, and they quickly tried to kick him back out, and they second guess themselves. What if he is special? What if he is the chosen one? And so they decided to keep him. So they kept a person that definitely didn't meet the criteria for membership, out of the hopes that he would one day do great things for the fraternity. And so they kept him in, and at one point in the episode, Homer went to Lisa, and his daughter. He's like, "What should I do with this organization? I'm not quite sure what our goal should be." Now, if you had asked anybody else in the organization, the people that actually met the criteria for what the Stonecutters were about, and the people that actually understood what the purpose of the organization was, they would have gave a different answer. But Homer wasn't really stonecutter material. He didn't really understand a lot of things. And so he asked Lisa, and Lisa told him, you should do charitable works. You should do good things in the community. So he shifted the focus of the Stonecutters towards more of a service club. And at first, a lot of the guys went along with it, but eventually these existing members that were there before Homer came along, they realized very quickly that this organization was not going in the direction that they joined for. They realized that what they had been promised when they tried to join initially, and what was actually being delivered, were two different things. See, these guys didn't sign up for a service club. They weren't interested in service clubs. That's not to say that service organizations are bad, or that anything, that there's something undesirable about being in a service organization. But the Stonecutters was not a service organization, and you could tell that from the beginning of the episode. So what happened is these guys left. And at one point, Homer goes to the lodge, or whatever they call it, and he realizes there's nobody there. And so he's wondering, what's going on? Why did everybody leave? And of course, he finds out later that these guys went and created this other group, the No Homer group. Or was it called the No Homers Club? I don't remember. But anyway, it was a group just designed to keep Homer out, basically. But there's some parallels there. I think there's something really interesting about this, because we have the same problem with our lodges now. Freemasonry is not a service organization, yet somewhere along the line, men got involved with the fraternity that didn't really know what they should do with this organization. They got in leadership positions. They had no interest in esoterics or education or anything like that. And so they basically pointed the direction of the organization towards service organizations, or towards becoming a service organization. And this became a widespread problem in our fraternity, because many people joined that shifted in that direction. And now people go to lodge and they look around and there's nobody there, and they wonder why. It's the exact same situation. Obviously, the creator, Matt Groening, I'm sure he's not a Mason. I don't think he is, but he definitely, either intentionally or not, kind of saw where things were going. And of course, there's people that say, well, he predicted a lot of things. So, that's a different conversation. But I just think it's interesting when you look at the plot of the episode and you put that in context of what kind of happened in our fraternity. There's a lot of parallels. You had something that was special and exclusive and mysterious, and it became something else. It became more of a service organization. And the same thing happened in that episode that is happening in our fraternity. We have people that join today looking for something old and mysterious and esoteric and really rooted in tradition. And they're finding out that, well, really what we're offering is a service organization. And so the leadership goes to the lodge and looks around and no one's there. Well, obviously no one's there right now because we can't go to lodge. But before the plague or whatever came along, that was what was happening. So, I don't know. Go watch the episode if you can find it. It's really interesting. It's a good one. Catch you later, brothers.